Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The Philadelphia 76ers gave up a lot to acquire James Harden, but it already appears to be paying off. They without a doubt do have a long way to go yet, but in only 2 games with Harden, they have already looked like they got everything that they wanted and more. Initially, after the trade happened, I think many of us were a bit skeptical on how Harden and Embiid would fit together on the court. Because despite how well they have looked so far, there were questions about their fit. Could their egos collide? Will one of them be too ball dominant? Do they have the right players around them? All of those were legitimate questions that we had. Now, I am not trying to jump the gun too quickly here, but even after only 2 games played together, I think that Harden and Embiid have already answered a lot of the questions that we had about them. I mean, don't get me wrong here, they are definitely a work in progress yet, and especially on defense, but I'm not sure you can question their fit on offense anymore. In only 2 games played together, they have put up nearly 130 combined points. And let me repeat that one more time, in only 2 games, they have put up nearly 130 combined points. No matter which way you choose to look at that, you cannot tell me that you are not impressed. I don't think it would be fair to expect them to average that amount moving forward, but clearly, they can work on the court together. They have not had a problem sharing the ball like many people thought they would, and rather, they have each benefit from the attention that the other one draws. For example, Joel Embiid has been double-teamed significantly less than before they traded for Harden, as teams can no longer afford to commit more than only one defender to him every play. Even without having the ball in their hands, they can each benefit each other's one-on-one game by simply sharing the court together, but they have already shown to be even more deadly when used together in a pick and roll. I feel like many people overlooked their pick and roll compatibility when the trade happened. I mean, sure, they are both elite one-on-one players and often prefer to play isolation ball, but that does not mean they have to play that way. They are already proving that they are more than capable of doing damage together. Their pick and roll game has been nearly unstoppable through 2 games, and I really don't think that will be changing anytime soon either. The amount of attention that Harden is able to draw with the ball is absolutely insane, and we often forget just how good he is in the pick and roll too. Like I mentioned before, Harden has already contributed a lot of points to their team, but how about the number of open shots that he's created? I mean, during his first 2 games alone with them, he has already had 28 assists, and many of which have come from their pick and roll game. Not only to Joel Embiid either, as oftentimes, the pick and roll that Harden and Embiid run together will actually create a wide open shot for a different teammate. With the amount of attention that Harden and Embiid are able to draw during a pick and roll, somebody is practically guaranteed to be open, whether that is Embiid cutting to the rim or a shooter on the 3-point line. Either way, that is very difficult for a team to defend. Even with having a near elite rim protector in Mitchell Robinson, the New York Knicks pretty much collapse on every pick and roll between Harden and Embiid. And despite the Knicks pretty much committing 3 or more defenders to stopping their pick and roll pretty much every time, Harden was still able to find Embiid on multiple different occasions. Or even when the Knicks were able to cut off the open lane from both Harden and Embiid, that meant that a different player was wide open. A number of times, that player happened to be Tyrese Maxey, who many claim could not play on the court with Harden, and he took full advantage of those opportunities. He got a couple of wide open shots from the 3-point line, along with having a number of openings to cut back door. And again, the attention that Harden and Embiid draw during a pick and roll is literally insane. You can maybe hope to stop them if you commit 3 defenders, but even then, you are very likely going to be giving up a wide open shot to a different player. It kind of reminds me of the pick and roll duo that LeBron and Anthony Davis formed in 2019, and basically, all you can hope for when defending them is that their teammates will not hit their open shots. And I think that is really what it will come down to for them too. Guys like Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, Danny Green, Georges Niang, Furkan Korkmaz, and really every role player on their team will need to be a reliable shooter. I have been very impressed with how well Tyrese Maxey has been able to do that, and I really do not doubt the ability of Niang or even Danny Green to do that either, but I do worry about Thibault, Harris, and pretty much every other role player on their team. And along with that, I do question their defense without Joel Embiid on the court, because they did not look good defensively when running their small ball unit, which included Paul Millsap at the 5 and Tobias Harris at the 4. I do understand that they gave more room for Harden on offense, which is very likely what they are going for, but it was not enough to make up for their poor defense. Maybe they are still trying to acclimate Willie Cauley-Stein, but in my opinion, they need a better rim protector on the court when Embiid is on the bench. In conclusion though, while I can nitpick here and there, the addition of James Harden to their team has already looked great, and honestly, nearly making their offense look unstoppable at times. It will take a little more time to perfect, and I am curious to watch them play against an elite opponent, but for right now, I have been very impressed. With that though, that will conclude my thoughts on why Embiid and Harden clicking already should scare the NBA. And what do you guys think? How impressed have you been with them so far? Let me know your thoughts by commenting down below and we can talk about it there. But before you go, I would like to invite you to join the official Discord for the channel. If you like having NBA debates and discussion with others in real time, being updated on NBA news, or even being able to chat with me, then you really should think about joining. That will do it for this video though. Big thank you to everyone who took the time to watch until the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a new video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.